He hits one to deep left field. That is gone. David Wright brings himself back into the lineup with thunder. Torres drives it. Deep left center field. Taylor back. Near the wall. It's out of here. Flores ends it with a home run. He struck him out. It has happened. In their 51st season, Johan Santana has thrown the first no-hitter in New York Mets history.
Oh, the streets love it.
With that, welcome to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. It is the Friday edition, meaning I'm your host, Joshua Umahi. With me, I have Anthony Deus.
Listen, I like the SN1. You know, I like the music.
Thank you. It's bad.
Now,
He's
hold
gonna
on.
say it's bad.
No, hold on.
Go on.
Okay, so let me clear the air here. You did a whole Mets intro. Now
I did.
Now I got to make Yankees one.
You have to.
I do.
You do.
Come on, it's not
That's
as
only
iconic.
fair.
The Yankees theme song, the Yes theme song isn't as iconic as this is what this is like the mixtape for baseball.
No! I got breaking news. I'm sorry.
I thought you were disagreeing with Ben. I'm like,
No, I got breaking news.
what's up?
Carlos Rodon is a San Francisco Giant.
Oh, he was on the Mets radar, right?
Yeah.
Well.
You win
We'll get into that.
That
still
news
winning the
while the
division.
Mets team is playing.
We'll get into that.
Yeah,
We're still
we'll
winning
get
the
into that.
division, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Gina Halstead, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you today, man?
Doing well.
Good. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt Leonard.
I am ecstatic. Baseball's back. Couldn't be happier, Josh.
Yes. And last but certainly not least, Ben Oppenheimer.
You are now entering a world beyond all logic.
Excuse me, low energy. I'm going to be with the high energy today.
With a man who thinks all things are conspiracies.
Why do you think that's happening?
Some say he's a genius.
So smart, me.
Some say he's speaking on his ass. We say the latter.
He couldn't take the king.
You didn't answer the question.
Anybody else?
He didn't answer my
wants to
You
question.
have now entered the Oppenheimer zone.
Ben Oppenheimer, how are we doing?
That was,
You like that?
yeah. Who made that? That was
Justin, me, Anthony, yeah.
Oh, Justin, the guy,
Me,
the
Justin,
guy,
and Anthony,
the invisible
yeah.
guy,
What?
the guy who's never around, the guy who's never.
When are you here? He's always here.
Yeah.
You still got the music. I like it though. It helps me. It helps me concentrate. It feels natural to me when I
good.
talk.
Okay.
Good.
So you're doing well, Ben.
The weird Twilight Zone music is what helped you start the lunacy. I'm glad we cracked another piece of the puzzle for Ben. I'm happy.
There we go.
No, but I've never
well
seen.
done, man.
I've never seen Justin in the studio. Isn't that funny? It's like
here
it's like I've
almost
never
every
seen
day.
Justin in the studio. It's just like you never see a McDonald's being built.
Okay.
It's like,
What?
Hey, everyone's seen a McDonald's being built. They're literally everywhere, man.
Has anyone ever seen a McDonald's being
have.
built?
Yeah. And
No way.
reconstructed.
No
Come
way.
on,
They
man.
just pop. I've never seen that. Never
What?
seen. Where have you seen it?
Yes,
Tell me.
they're. You know what, Ben? You're right. They're just spaceships that just drop
No,
on.
it's kind of creepy.
They
It's
start
like
selling. They start flinging hamburgers out. Come on.
They contribute to the nutrition crisis in our country, and it's weird how you never see them being built. It's just
Ben?
there. That's
Wow.
McDonald's.
Ben, this is a
You know-
sports
You
show.
ain't never seen a mermaid at the cashier, man?
No,
You never seen...
no, I've never seen seriously like
Josh.
like, it's a Burger King's too. It's
What are we talking about today? What are we talking about
Let it rock for a
today?
little
It's
bit.
not just
Let
a
it rock for
McDonald's. It's not just a McDonald's. It's a Burger King, and you know what? I've never seen Chick-fil-A.
All right, now I
being
got to
built either.
You're not going to Chick-fil-A.
They built one right by the school recently. In Westbury, on Old Country Road. It's right by
Really?
the school. Yes.
Really?
That's
Really?
brand new.
You're the Westbury expert.
All right, enough of this. Let's get to some sports talk.
Yeah.
Callers, 516-572-7440 is the number if you want to call in, talk about Net Sixers, which we'll get to. Baseball is back. If you have any thoughts on that, please chime in. If you want to contest Ben's fast food takes, feel free.
The Mets are favored to win not only the division, but they're one of the top contenders in the National League, and that's what I'll say. And they can make the World Series this year.
Man,
even though everyone's going to make fun of me for that.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm with you.
But I think the sky's the limit. It's like you know this one former NBA player, I forget who it was, but he said the ship be sinking and the sky's the limit, and that's what I say about the Mets. The ship's
What?
always like, it sounds weird, but it's like sometimes we cannot always get what we want. Like we just didn't get the free agent we wanted today, but it's like the ship be sinking a little bit. Like it's a little depressing, but the sky's
Wait, so what's the saying? The ship be sinking, but the sky's the limit.
Yeah, you can look it up.
That is the perfect segue for last night's main event, right?
Yep.
Nets Sixers. Oh, the most talked about, hyped up regular season game of the season. And what did we get? We got the sinking ship. Well, let me not go all that way. The Sixers didn't play very well last night. They didn't show up to play. It seemed like they were more, and I'll get to some of the comments that we talked about pre-show. They were more concerned about making this all dramatized and all gossipy than actually playing basketball.
Yeah, felt like a Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an accurate description, Ben. Congratulations.
Josh, you're talking about the game being the main event. Have you seen the Philly fans?
They've been booing Ben Simmons for like the whole time he's been there.
Yeah.
It was so
outside his
bad.
hotel. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. It's a nice city, though. It's a nice city, Scott.
The city's nice. I don't like the people.
No, they literally.
They got the cheesesteak. You guys ever had the cheesesteaks in Philly? You ever had that?
No.
Lost Anthony.
not food, sports. Sports talk.
I feel like the Philly fans, they went from booing Ben Simmons to booing their own team.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what happened. I mean, the game started out, KD and Kyrie were on fire. Steph Curry chimed in later in the game, but just...
Oh, who's calling?
Yeah, we do.
Someone's calling. Is it going to be Mike? Who I'm going to have to send him back to his mommy?
I am praying this is Michael. If it's not, I'll still accept the call.
Caller, you are on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
What's up? I think I should make it a thing where I call in to talk.
Thank you, Mike.
And the Philly cheesesteaks are fantastic.
Wow, that's one thing I agree with you on, Mike. I can't believe that. I can't believe.
We can agree. Guys, I'm upset right now. Joe Buck is leaving Fox, and
you're out of your mind if you're upset about that. You're out of your mind.
I'm very upset. He's the voice of baseball, the World Series for our whole
lives. Are you
lives.
insane? You're out of your mind. He's the voice of baseball?
Joe Buck.
Playoff baseball.
He's not the voice of baseball. You know who's the voice of baseball?
He's the only guy that does it.
Ernie Johnson. Ernie Johnson, who barely announces for baseball.
No.
He's the voice of baseball.
Joe Buck calls the World Series, Ben.
And he's terrible. I prefer Ernie Johnson.
If you're calling the World Series, you're the voice of baseball.
What is happening? You guys ever listen to Ernie Johnson do a TBS?
If I unplug his mic, will I get in trouble? Like if I just disconnect his mic?
Hold on. You guys have never listened to Ernie Johnson on TBS.
I have.
He announced Mets Dodgers 2015. I remember he announced Conforto's home run. He announced Harvey's great game. He announced
he's not their main guy anymore. They have somebody else at TBS.
Yeah,
and he's very good.
But he's not as good as Ernie.
Well, Ernie doesn't want to do it anymore, and I think he is better than Ernie. And by the way, before I hang up, Anthony, I think you're going to be getting a nice. I think you're going to be getting a nice present this weekend. I think the Yankees are going to sign Freddie Freeman by tomorrow night.
That wouldn't be a present. That'd be a bad
Tell me
decision.
why that's bad.
Because
Ben, come on.
Because
Ben, think about this carefully before you open your mouth.
Allow Ben to open his mouth. Go ahead.
Ben.
Freddie Freeman is close to the age, if not above the age of 30. Am I correct?
Why is that bad?
He's actually going to be 33.
33 years old, right? I knew he was getting up there in age. You really want to sign him to a massive contract at 33 years old?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Really?
Yes,
Why?
I do.
At 33 years old, so you want another Albert Pujols?
This is
contract.
different.
How's it different? How's it different?
He's
Freddie
not
Freeman is an elite hitter.
Yes.
So was Albert Pujols.
Pujols, you could tell, is
He hits for average. He hits for power. His swing is fantastic. This is an all-around great offensive player.
And defensive.
Fantastic defensive player. This is a guy that's going to play incredibly well in Yankee Stadium. Even if his bat was to go away in 4 or 5 years, say it's a 6-year contract, that's what he wants. By year 4, 5, and 6, he's still going to be able to hit 30 home runs a year in that ballpark, Ben. So I don't see how this could even be in question. And it's only going to be a 6-year, $180 million contract.
Only 6 years. Only 6 years.
6 years.
So he'll be 39 when he's done.
It's better than some of the 10-year contracts.
Albert Pujols got a 10-year deal.
Yeah. And we see how
it's even worse. It's even worse.
That is worse. I agree.
It's worse, yeah. That's why we're talking about
that's
the
why,
saying.
that's why the Yankees...
I wanted the Yankees to trade for Matt Olson, but that's clearly not going to happen at this point. Freddie Freeman's going to be great. I mean, it's such an upgrade over Rizzo. It's just,
really?
Yes.
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to, murder him on air. I'm done.
my God.
Anthony
I'm done with
Rizzo
him.
could be in the Cubs Hall of Fame in a couple of years.
Mike, we're gonna let you go now to save your sanity.
I'm saying from his time playing with the Cubs.
Thanks for the call, Mike.
I'm saying with his time playing with the Cubs, he could be one of the greatest first basemen to play for the Chicago Cubs organization. Am I not correct in that?
You're very wrong.
I'm very wrong that he's one of the
Best
greatest,
Cubs of all time. You're very
greatest
wrong.
Cubs first baseman.
Give me a
That's
number.
what I said.
Top what? Give me a number.
Of Cubs first baseman. I'm talking Cubs
first baseman. That's a very
Yes.
specific category.
Yes, I'm saying he's one of the best. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say he
Sure.
was
How many other Cubs first basemen can you name?
not too many.
What are you saying?
Not
That's
too
the point.
many.
That's the point. That's the point. I can name Anthony
We started
Rizzo.
talking about basketball. How did we get here?
That's a great point to leave.
because
it right there.
because Mike the guy with wrong opinions.
What's the matter? You didn't have a nickname for him coming into the show?
He hasn't write that one yet.
Yeah, Mike the guy with PhD in bad takes. He
Give me
called
a
up.
pen and a paper so I can write this down.
He called up and
Pass me a
said
nice card.
that Freeman was a huge upgrade over Rizzo.
It is, though.
All right, it's an upgrade. It's not a huge upgrade.
It is a huge upgrade.
So what are your statistics to back up it being a huge?
Well, Freddie Freeman,
before
was the former league MVP.
Before we get too deep in this rabbit hole,
let's go basketball.
let's-
then we can yell at him for baseball later.
Okay.
Listen, there's going to be plenty of baseball news breaking within this hour.
As we saw in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Buster only tweeted something that
Yeah,
just
we'll get to that.
drove me crazy. We'll definitely get to that. But Net Sixers, I mean, listen, for all the hype that Harden and Embiid were getting, they have looked great as a duo. But, again, who were they playing? They played the Timberwolves first game. They played the Knicks in the back-to-back session.
Yep.
And won both. And it's crazy. Like, only an idiot would go as far to say they're one of the greatest duos of all time.
I'm just laughing because I know where you're going with this.
I mean, wait. We have a perfect example of said idiot. Let's hear it.
Here's the thing. I said that they actually could have a possibility of being on the verge of being the next Kobe and Shaq. That was the wrong comparison. I'm looking at Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right now.
So not only did he initially go Kobe and Shaq, which was crazy on the surface.
Exactly.
He saw them. This was immediately after a Sunday afternoon 14-point win against the Knicks. They didn't win by 30. Did not win by 40. Didn't particularly look amazing in that game, but it's just people went crazy over it, and Perkins is just one example. Magic and Kareem.
A much more watered down version, yes.
Much more.
You can't make that comparison if that's watered down.
It's like if you took water and you just put like a ton of grape juice in it, and it's not really water anymore. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like.
I mean, even the comparisons are weird.
Ben, how many championships has Magic Johnson won? Tell me.
He's won I think 4 with the Lakers.
Five-time champion.
Yeah.
How many rings do Harden and Embiid have combined on their own?
Never.
Harden has come close plenty of times. He went close,
and then
that's not the end goal at the end of the season. Though the end goal is to actually win it.
They lost. Hold on. They lost Chris Paul in 2018. They lost him. If they had Chris Paul, they would have won that series against the Warriors. I always say that.
Okay.
They would have won the Eastern Conference Finals against the Warriors. If they had Chris. Yes, hypotheticals, but I'm saying that he has come close to getting to the finals, and if he got in the finals, I think he could have competed.
The Sixers did not trade for James Harden to come close. You don't trade for that guy to come close. That's all he's ever done.
But that's not Harden's fault. That's
Harden's fault.
That's the structuring of the team. The Sixers.
No, it is his fault.
No, I'm curbing this right now, Ben. Ben, it's the structure of the team that he shot 3 for 17 last night, 11 points, right? Structure of the team that you picked
yes,
him up.
he had a bad night. I'm saying that when he was, and I'm saying he's heading out of his prime right now as he's getting older. But what I'm saying is when he was in his prime, he had his chances and he almost got there. It was unfair conditions that were placed against him. That's what I'm saying.
You keep telling me getting close and almost, like you're missing the point. They didn't trade for this guy and end the Simmons saga. Morey got his guy. He got Harden. He held out. He let this thing go on all the way to February to get his guy. Harden and Embiid, 2 top 10, 15 players. You can't tell me that they're enough of this almost and came close. At some point, he has to come up big in the big game.
And this
was
is
a
a
big-
highly anticipated game.
Gina,
It was
the
a
most highly anticipated game of the season. So I saw that, and I saw how we started off the game. I'm like, I'm not shocked. I'm not at all surprised. Oh,
There you go.
we have a guest.
I just want to come in here for a second real quick.
I'm gonna take mine, Justin.
I'm listening to bashing of Magic and Kareem. I heard that. I don't know when.
Well, I didn't say anything. I didn't bash any.
First of all, Ben,
false prophets coming in the studio. There's a
Ben,
false prophet in
Listen,
here.
hold
for
on.
your own good.
Ben, this is Justin Greenberg.
Yes.
He's actually here for once. As you say, he's never here. He's here.
He decided to show up.
I'm here.
He
I'm
came
here.
out of his basement.
I just want you to look up one thing. Look up Game 7 when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was injured,
I'm
and
not
Magic Johnson comes in and plays all 5 positions. That is a ball player right there, compared to James Harden, who, he's close. He's close. Close don't count in basketball.
I said Harden was Harden and Embiid were a much more watered down version.
No,
you
you
said
can't
the
make that
complete
comparison.
opposite.
Then if you're saying they're watered down,
I said they're not nearly as good. That's what I said. But there's still the comparison there, but it's not nearly as good. That's
Come
what
on,
I
you
said.
don't even believe that. No, you don't. You don't believe that.
Yes, I believe they're not nearly as good. You're right. So you're misconstruing my words. You come in out of your basement and
Out of my basement. I live in the attic, baby.
And-
I'm on the top.
and you misconstrue what I said. I didn't say I wasn't comparing them. I think Kareem is great. Amazing. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He's going to be on the Mount Rushmore. I didn't compare them. I said they're a much more watered down version, which means worse, which means much worse. But there's still that template that's there. It's like when you're making the 2K player and you're trying to do a template of LeBron, but you're really a 66 overall. So it's kind of hard to compare your character.
Justin, you see now why we made the intro, right?
Did you guys play that yet?
Yeah.
Very well done, by the way.
Thank you. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Ben.
Oh, I've seen you before. I've seen you before.
You said you've never seen him.
No, I've seen you in the interviews on the documentary media class. Or no, the television journalism class. I got your interviews
with
there.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Johnny.
Well,
yeah.
you guys do the sports things. I'll be listening. Keep up the good work.
You
Kenny.
will.
I will.
Thank
You will.
Justin.
He goes back to his basement.
Justin Greenberg,
Always
everybody.
nice to hear from Justin Greenberg of the Morning Madhouse.
And Radio Rumble, Saturdays 12 to 2.
Yes, Radio Rumble. Yeah, Ben, this is what you do. You get the people going. They just have to run in here and.
Yeah, but he was misconstruing what I was saying.
So what are you saying?
I said when I say watered down, I say there's a template that's there. But I didn't say that they were nearly as good.
Okay.
I didn't say that. You guys keep saying I said that.
So you say watered down. I'm saying they don't even deserve to be called that. A watered down version of Magic and Kareem.
Read that out loud.
Why? Why do you want me to
Just
read
do
it?
it. Just do it. Just do it.
You guys gonna get me in trouble?
I know what it says.
The listeners know that the card exists.
All
So
right,
you might as well.
say Joker and the Queen is an original song.
Now he should be running in here any second.
Who?
That is
Sean?
a-
I don't want Sean.
Oh well, we failed with that one.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran is a criminal. He's a criminal. How dare you? How dare you? Get back to sports. We're not talking Ed Sheeran. I want to hear you guys talk about baseball and basketball and all that
Oh,
stuff.
so you could do what Ed Sheeran does, and I'm not even an Ed Sheeran.
I can not only do what he does, I can make it 10 times better. But that's
Really?
neither here nor there. That's a
so
morning
you-
madhouse
are you a
topic.
guitar
Go
player?
on with the sport. I play guitar, I play harmonica, I play piano. We're going to start a
that's-
band, me, Anthony, and Matt. And
about
Nixie.
me?
You could join. You could be like the manager or something like that.
Oh, the manager.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I play guitar myself.
Ben's the mascot.
Yeah.
Ben is
See,
the
I knew
mascot
how to get him in here. I knew what would get him in.
I thought Sean was going to come in here.
You know, Josh, I find it
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know if you saw any of the like videos outside of Wells Fargo Center.
I
What
sure did.
they were selling, the T-shirts that they were selling, like really.
Do you hear the F. Ben Simmons chant?
Well, there
Yeah,
were
no
T-shirts
class.
that were not really putting Ben Simmons in a nice way.
No.
Not at all.
But it's rent free at this point. It's like Ben Simmons almost won. For somebody that Philly has criminalized and made even worse than Donovan McNabb, and they despise him. And he hasn't even played a game. Like it's almost pitiful, you know. But it's Philly. I don't like Philly. I don't like any of their teams.
That was my
You
main
like the city,
takeaway.
though? You like the city?
It's all right.
Yeah.
That was my main takeaway after last night's game too. Was that Ben Simmons really won? Now he wasn't on the court, But you see the quotes from KD saying, "Oh, it's hard. It's kind of hard to boo Ben Simmons when we're winning by 20, by 30." And Kyrie said, "If you're on this team, we got you, and we got Ben." It just feels like, for all of his mental struggles that we've had documented over the past year, it seems like he's in a much better place to manage that with better players that fit. It's just. He really won.
Well, I think it's a situation where everyone loses, though, because they were saying in 2016 when he was first drafted, I remember seeing all the reports saying he was going to be the next LeBron, and I'm not saying that was right at all, but I'm saying that they said that he was going to be the next LeBron once he gets a jump shot, and it could not be further from the truth. And the Sixers, they got to pay for that, but Ben Simmons also has to pay for that because in some ways they're going to see him as a flop, as a bust.
But that's what I'm saying, Ben. He's in a much better situation. He doesn't have to be quote unquote the next LeBron or even fit in that mold.
Right,
all he has to do is play good off-ball offense and defense with.
But he was
Kyrie.
I'm not saying that that's his role, but he was thought to be that when he was first drafted.
So
now,
why is it on him that's an unfair
It's not
comparison?
on him. It's not on him, but that still hangs over your head. I'm saying that's unfair. I'm saying it still hangs over your head. And that's going to stay with him. It's like with me, I was trying to make the basketball team in high school, and I didn't make it, but I became manager, and even though manager was great,
and I wanted to trade everybody off the team.
So yeah, very funny. The circus has come in. Yeah, but so I didn't make it, but I became manager, but it still kind of hung over my head. Like I never got to play a game. I never got to step on court and make a shot, make an assist, and that still hung over my head, even though I was happy in my role. So I'm saying that Ben Simmons, even though he's in a good place right now, he still has that hanging over his head that he could have been next LeBron. Or Magic.
I don't think he's concerned about that right now.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it still hangs over your head.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Really quickly, and I have a point about the Nets. The Cowboys released their scapegoat, Greg Zuerlein. So going into next year, they're going to have to find a new scapegoat.
No excuse. They're in on Bobby Wagner, too.
Yeah, well, please, no. Bobby, do the right thing. Don't go to that team.
Baseball news is piling up. Let's get there soon,
right,
please.
Really quickly. I don't really hate the Nets anymore as much as I did when they had James Harden. I think it's just I really don't like James Harden's game style. I don't like how he plays. He just doesn't mold. And we talk about Russ not being a championship player.
Wait, can I respond?
No, I agree.
No,
Anthony, I agree with you completely.
No. And I don't think James Harden is really either. He's not a stat patter, but he's a stat enthusiast.
Empty stats.
He wants to get his stats in.
Really? Who took the Rockets to 66 wins in 2018 season?
Ben,
him and Chris Paul.
You keep going back to when he almost got it done. We want James Harden and Joel Embiid specifically, too. Get it done in the playoffs. This was a terrible sign if you're a Philly fan. This is the biggest game of the regular season.
It is. Like 20-plus points.
I'm
like
not
that.
29.
But I'm saying
your rival.
I'm saying from what we've seen from James Harden is to say, I'm talking now he's, starting to head out of his prime, but to say over his career that he hasn't been a winning player. He took the Rockets to the semifinals, conference semifinals, or conference finals.
That's not
almost every year.
When you play in the NBA, the end goal is not to almost get there. The end goal at the end of every season is to win that championship. So it disregards your statement because he didn't get it finished.
So yeah, he didn't get it, but he had the odds against him of playing against Curry and Durant's and Draymond's and Clay's Warriors many times.
Is that the only time he's been in the playoffs?
No, it's not the only time. But Chris Paul being injured, like I said before.
But you keep harping on that. I mean,
and he also averaged 36 points per game in the regular season. The only people who have that.
Do you know the oldest saying?
Hold on. The only people that have that amount of points per game is Michael Jordan at 37 points per game in 87, 88. Yes, champions, but he didn't win that year. But he tried.
The oldest.
So what did he try? He didn't do anything.
And Ben, you have to remember, James Harden got
Everybody's
into fights
trying.
with Chris Paul on the sideline. Chris Paul, a winning player.
Go ahead, Gina.
Literally, the oldest.
Chris Paul also has
I said Gina, Ben.
One of the oldest quotes in basketball is "defense wins championship."
Yes, it is.
That's exactly why James Harden, the way that he plays, he's not going to get that chip.
That's a tired argument.
No, okay, he can score 30 points.
That's from
he can score 30. There's literally videos of him where he could have made a 50% of a defensive effort.
We've all seen
he hasn't changed defensively as a player.
Yes, he has. We've all seen the videos from 2015 of James Harden not trying on defense, and then he upgraded that, and then that's why you saw his defensive rating and his steals per game go up to over 2 points to 2 steals per game.
Steals isn't a.
It's part of it.
It's part of defense, but it's not everything.
It isn't everything, but his defensive rating went up. I don't think James Harden is as bad on defense as people say he is.
Yeah, okay.
He was at. I mean, he's declining now, but he was athletic, and he's a wing player. Yes, he was, and he played decent defense, not amazing defense, but decent defense.
I don't know. I'm sorry to hear decent and almost and so close with Harden. I want to close basketball and really get into some baseball news because baseball is back.
Yes.
But just to close this, I mean, we've killed Harden and Embiid. I really want to get to Danny Green.
Let's kill Danny Green.
Danny Green. He's the messiest NBA player out here right now. Again,
he was at Island Garden, though. He was from Long Island.
Oh, yeah. Shout out St. Mary's High School.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Really representing our island.
He is.
Can I tell you a quick Danny Green story before we get into this?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
For the longest time, because my friend told me this and I trusted my friend, I believed that Danny Green and Gerald Green were brothers, right? I believed that because he told me that and I trusted him. I said this once to a group of people and they said, "Oh, is Draymond their brother too?" And they started laughing at me and I said, "What?"
I mean, I understand that because the resemblance is there.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, Draymond, not at all. But the other one, yeah, that makes sense.
They did you dirty with that one, bro.
I know.
But, yeah, Danny Green, like, 3 weeks ago he says, "Oh, I'd be surprised if Ben Simmons plays in Philly" on his podcast, right? I haven't listened to his podcast, but it must be the messiest thing you can ever listen to.
Why does he have a podcast?
Yeah, why does he have a podcast?
He got them side hustles.
One thing I don't understand is, like, why does everyone just create like podcasts when it's like who's really just listening to Danny Green's?
Who's listening to you right now, Ben?
Podcast. You'd be
What's up?
Who's listening to us right now, Ben? How are our ratings?
Very high. Very high. You know why? Because of my help. And because of the great people we have on the show, except
all right. But to continue on Danny Green, like he unprovoked yesterday before the game. Oh, Ben Simmons changed his number on the Sixers. He didn't want anybody talking to him. He didn't talk to anybody until training camp. Like, shut up. And then you're
revealing this.
I agree with you.
And then your team comes out and plays like that.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree strongly. I think that's one thing. How social media has negatively affected the discourse in the NBA because it's like it's all gossip. It's all about. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's all about ratings, and it's not all about ratings sometimes. And it's almost
be careful.
And it's become like a soap opera almost, like it's just a drama reality show, and that's why sometimes I'm nostalgic for the 90s NBA and before that, the 60s, 70s, because there's no social media. It was just like
I missed the non-3-point era so much.
Oh, so would you say that to Clyde Frazier and all the legends who played in the 60s and 70s?
Yes.
Would you say that?
Absolutely.
So you would say, well, it wasn't real basketball.
No, we didn't say that.
Ben,
we didn't say that.
When you say that, do you expect Clyde Frazier to sucker punch Anthony if he told you?
Well, because he expect Clyde Frazier to walk into the room.
Clyde Frazier is a guy.
Could you imagine just a second? He walks in, swishing and dishing and whatever, and just like, hey, Anthony.
Addition to a punch in the face.
No, seriously, Clyde Frazier is a guy with a lot of pride because one time my dad told me this story where he was listening to a game that Clyde Frazier was announcing, and this guy who he was announcing with on MSG Networks, it was like a game from the 90s, and this guy was announcing with, he said, "Oh, that was a really good play," and then Clyde he gave him an attitude in his response, and he was like, "That was a terrible play. That was one of the worst plays I've ever seen." And then the guy was like, "Really, I disagree with you, Clyde." And then my dad said he'd never, after that game, he never heard the guy on TV again. Who was
conspiracies
with Clyde.
Run through the family bloodline.
No,
right?
Clyde made him disappear.
But what I'm saying is that Clyde is a man with a lot of pride for what he does. So if you did say to him,
are you saying he's gonna make Anthony disappear?
I'm not. I'm saying he's going to show Anthony an attitude that he's going to show Deus.
Yo, Four Eyes, do me a favor. Just shut up.
Four Eyes. This is for the blue light glasses.
Okay.
I don't need them if you're the Four Eyes.
Moving on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Yes, my leg's up. I'm comfortable. I'm just enjoying this.
I know, you're sitting back and watching the show. You eat popcorn, Josh?
That'd be nice.
All right.
It's a foot up Friday. That's what it is.
Do you use the smart popcorn, or do you actually make the popcorn?
I actually just talk about sports, man.
Yes.
Now, can I just say this?
Yeah.
We're talking about baseball right now.
We are.
And if you better be watching on Facebook Live, because whatever he says, you're going to see me going on. So if you want to see someone lose their mind on camera,
slowly unraveling,
tune into Facebook Live.
Yes, if just listening on the radio isn't doing it enough for you, why are you not listening?
We have a visual
component. Why are you not watching Facebook Live?
Yeah, the day is going to blow a gasket.
So, plenty of baseball news to get to. Baseball lockout ended yesterday, much to the delight of fans like me and you. Callers, if you're excited about this. 516-572-7440. Chop it up with us. Matt, you said there's some news breaking.
Let's see. Nothing is finalized, but a lot of rumors are swirling. One of the rumors, and because the DH is brought to the National League, that opens up teams for guys like Albert Pujols. The Rockies, the Mariners, and the Cardinals appear to be the finalists for Pujols.
This is...
Isn't he... Do we really want Pujols playing at this point in his career?
Yes, I want him beating Barry Bonds.
Yeah, but is he really a productive player at this point?
Not every day, but I think he can add value to a team in the locker room, no question.
To a much greater degree. It's like how the Mets, how I see the Mets using Robinson Cano this season.
Yes.
Which I still think was a terrible trade. I still think that was.
I agree with you.
I think that was one of the worst trades the Mets ever made, and then they got rid of.
What is the worst trade the Mets ever made? There's a correct answer to this question.
Really, this is just breaking.
The Tom Seaver trade.
No,
Deshaun Watson.
Wait, it wasn't. You're saying it wasn't a Tom Seaver trade?
This takes preference.
1 second.
Deshaun Watson will not face charges. His criminal matters are now over.
Whoa! Really?
Yeah. Woo. Ian Rappaport first.
He's welcome to Miami.
That's crazy.
I know y'all going to talk about the Saints cap, but there's nothing I wouldn't do to get. What?
They can't afford him, Josh.
Okay, so we made a lot of moves. We're still like $20 million over. It's better than $80 million. We'll get.
He'll put you like 60 over.
It's Deshaun Watson.
You can't do that.
Man, we'll see. All right.
Wait. So can I get back to the Mets?
Yes. So go on.
So you're saying the Tom Seaver trade was not the worst?
The Nolan Ryan trade, without question, is the worst trade in Mets history. Yes.
Oh, so you were agreeing with me?
No, I'm not.
What?
The Nolan Ryan trade.
Oh, so you're not.
Did you really think Tom Seaver and Nolan Ryan were the same guy at one point?
No,
right there.
No, it was a. I just didn't hear you.
Nolan Ryan when they traded Nolan Ryan away.
So how is that? How are you not saying that Tom Seaver wasn't the worst?
When they traded Seaver, he was not in his prime anymore. I'd say they traded him a little too early, but not like Nolan Ryan too early, where he became one of the best pitchers of all time. Seaver did not do anything, spectacular after he left the Mets. He threw a no-hitter, yes. He did not do anything spectacular after he left the Mets. I think the whole thing with Nolan Ryan was he realized his potential when he went to the Angels, set the record for strikeouts in a season a few years after leaving the Mets. That's the worst trade of all time for the Mets.
All right. I disagree with you, but I think that's fair. That's fair. But I still think. But back to what I was saying about the Cano trade, I still think that was one of the most terrible trades I've ever seen. They traded away their pitching prospect, and they.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. It was
Kelenic.
Kelenic.
Outfielder.
I thought they traded. So they traded away Kelenic, who they traded to Detroit, correct?
Seattle.
Seattle. And he's still in Seattle's system.
He's in the majors now.
Yeah, he's in the majors, and he's been doing generally
bad, very bad.
Very bad.
Really,
yeah.
Very bad.
He's been pretty bad.
He batted like 118 or something last year.
I remember
he's not doing well.
I remember when I looked up. But this is like in
the minors, he was tearing it up.
Here's the thing:
he was tearing it up.
Fans, they're obsessed with Jared Kelenic, even though he's terrible.
I hate him.
Oh, here's the thing with Yankee fans. Here's the thing with Yankee fans. They haven't won a World Series since 2009.
Oh, and what have the Mets done?
We went to the World Series.
I don't even want to start with the Mets right now.
At least we went to the World Series.
But I win.
At least we went to the World Series more recently. You guys tried to get there every year, and you didn't make it.
Yeah, but does it matter if you went there or you won? I win. I'm just a winner. I'm a winner against them. I'm like undefeated.
You're by winning.
A winner in low rating.
We do have a caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, what's up?
Yeah, hi, this is Charlie from Floral Park.
What's going on?
I couldn't resist when you started talking about the worst Met trades, which there are certainly many.
Yes.
Getting rid of Seaver was by far the worst thing.
Thank you.
You're going to put a statue up to the guy on opening day or whenever they're going to do it. He was the iconic Met. He was, in 1977, he was pretty close to the top of his game. He threw a no-hitter with Cincinnati, and he teamed with Johnny Bench for probably the greatest battery in history. Tom Seaver is the Mets. The other great, Nolan Ryan, they traded for Jim Fregosi. And another one was Amos Otis for Joe Foy. It was a horrible trade. But the Robinson Cano trade also, incredibly bad trade. That's because it was his agent who brought him over. And the money that they gave him. But you guys haven't been discussing the baseball settlement at all. There's some really interesting things in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk about that.
We covered it a lot yesterday. We can get into that today.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I love the Cohen tax they put in so that billionaires.
I love that you called it the Cohen tax because it's like they put a target on his back.
They did.
I saw that report.
You can't let these guys go completely crazy. And the other thing is that DH is going to be in the National League.
Yes,
very good. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
I have a friend who told me because I need to do more research on the agreement, and my friend told me that the owners were getting attacked. Like the Steve Cohen was getting attacked with this tax, and I don't agree with that because I think
you don't agree with it that it's attacking Steve Cohen.
No, I don't think it's attacking him. No, I think they've still got plenty of money to spend. He's got plenty of money to spend for the Mets.
See, the problem with baseball, it's never had revenue sharing. That's how the Green Bay Packers can compete with the New York Giants. Baseball will always have this problem. We have Pittsburgh trying to compete with New York. They don't have revenue sharing, so they try to go around it in every other which way. It's never going to work. But who cares? They need to spend. They need to break share $10 billion. The other thing is, I love the fact that the Yankees aren't going to play Tampa Bay a million times every year. They're going to break up the schedule from this balanced schedule. Everybody plays every other team. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing.
Charlie, I'm curious on your opinion on one thing.
Go ahead.
Between the owner side and the player side, and we'll get into all the details about...
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. You always take the player's side because, let me tell you, Yogi Berra never made $100,000. Whitey Ford never made $100,000. The players have been raped from day one. There's no problem with a sport where the franchises are worth billions. They can afford to give Francisco Lindor $340 million. Where's the problem here? There's no problem.
Right.
There's no problem. It's always the owners. I will always go for the working man. Not that you can call these guys working men, but
yeah.
But
they're labor aristocracy.
Exactly. Wealth concentrates, and God bless them. But you can never root for the billionaires against the millionaires.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And they do. And look, the baseball union, until recently, was maybe the strongest union in the world. It's a very powerful union. And so they do the best they can, and everybody's getting... You know who you feel bad for? The minor league players.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
These guys are getting... And they got rid of a lot of leagues and franchises. And, I mean, why would anybody, become a baseball player when you have to starve? And if you're lucky, you get a cup of coffee or maybe a few years.
In opposition to the NFL and the NBA, if you're a young player, you get a nice contract starting out, you get some playing time.
Yeah, well, they have a minor league. It's called college.
Right.
That's a good point.
Right.
They have minor league, and they should pay those kids. They need to get paid because the vast majority of college football and basketball players never, sniff the majors, and they're getting raped too. But basically, I feel bad for the young guys who try. Now, most of them are coming from the Caribbean. Now they're coming from other parts of the world. Your typical American kid is not starving, and why, the only way they can make it is boxing or baseball. It's Americans don't play sports except for football and basketball.
Hey, man.
And those kids are hungry. They're hungry.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep up the great work. Love listening to you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you. All right.
Come on, man.
So what I just saw was Clayton Kershaw is expected to re-sign with the Dodgers. Not finally yet, but it's looking like he's headed back to L.A.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then, of course, Robinson Cano going to Mets camp.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
How are you I'm not excited.
He's a Yankee fan. That's why he's excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. It's going to be hilarious when he gets caught again. It's going to be hilarious.
I love that. He gets banned for life. That'd be great.
You think it's a Henry Mejia situation again?
Yes, I do.
It would be the
I liked him as a reliever.
Hey, Mejia?
Yeah, Mejia. Yeah,
he was on steroids like 3 different times.
Yeah, but I thought he was good.
I never got to ask Ben this question. What is your opinion on Edwin Diaz?
I thought that was a great trade because he was part of the trade, right?
Hold on. You've been bashing that trade this whole hour.
No, I'm saying
at the time
he was a good part of that trade.
Okay.
He was a good part of that trade, so I was excited. I was hyped, and I thought he would be the next Familia, because
why is that a good thing?
Yeah.
No, it is a good thing. Familia was great. Familia was great.
He had the one good year in 2015. I'll give you that.
And he was great.
You have this thing for, I've noticed the show, you have this thing for players that are just fantastic in a regular season or two that just crumble in the playoffs.
Conforto is the
I love
OBJ.
Conforto. I love Conforto. I like Conforto. What's wrong with Conforto?
Conforto's rumored to be linked to the Yankees, apparently.
That'd be a disgrace.
How do you like that?
No.
That'd be Yeah, I agree. Don't go to the Yankees.
No. Hell no.
Don't disgrace yourself.
Wait. Let me delve deeper into this. Like, why do you not want Conforto that badly?
Because you know what? He's just going to be another disappointment. It's not
he
gonna,
will because he has essence of Mets on him.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. So the truth.
I kind of agree with Anthony on this one.
The truth comes out.
But it would be such a Yankee a Hal move to do that. Well, it'd be a Hal move not to even get Freddie Freeman, which I hope that phone call got me hyped up.
I don't want him going
I'm all in for Freddie Freeman.
I don't want him going to the Yankees because I don't want him playing in that soulless stadium.
Now who is this? Freeman or Conforto?
No, Conforto.
Okay.
I'm
you
just
still care about him?
Yes,
what did you call Yankee Stadium?
A soulless stadium. It's soulless. I went there once and it's soulless.
He's right.
It's like I went in there. It's like everything is like it's
corporate.
I became part of like a what do they call those black and white spy films?
Noir.
Noir film. It was like I was in a noir film, and it was like
now he's losing us.
That's weird. For even compared to a noir film, like as corporate as the new Yankee Stadium is, it's not a noir film.
It's very corporate. I agree with that.
You don't have Humphrey Bogart walking around with a gun.
Has character. City Field has character.
I agree. City Field's the better stadium.
Amazing.
They really fumbled the bag with. They should have just. And I understand the seating and the bathrooms were terrible in the old Yankee Stadium, but just do a renovation. You didn't have to do this because what bothers me the most, and I know, welcome to Stadium Talk on WHPC.
Hey, it's sports.
It is sports. What bothers me the most about the new Yankee Stadium is the fact that, like the fences.
Yeah, on top.
They're not in the outfield. They're around. It's so weird and stupid.
Have you sat up there?
Yeah.
It obstructs your view, and the shadow is nice. You get in the shade, but
it's stupid. Why?
It's dumb. I don't get it. If you put it all the way, I don't put it at all.
I know. I agree, Ben. But I agree, Ben. Citi Field is the nicer stadium.
Thank you.
But has the worst on-field product compared to the Yankees.
Oh, really?
Except for these last few years.
I was going to say worst when?
Yeah, because
before these last few years.
In 2015, we made the World Series. You lost the wild card game in 2015.
That's 1 year.
Yep.
I'm with Anthony. Over the last decade, the Yankees are the better team.
But back to what I was saying about Conforto. I liked Conforto. I always liked Conforto. I thought he didn't get his chance I thought injuries derailed his development. And you saw that when he was healthy in 2017, that's going on 5 years ago now. When he was healthy.
That's the problem, it was 5 years ago.
Oh, excuse me. I'm going to finish my thought.
Huh? Ben, this better be logical.
In 2017, he made the All-Star game.
Okay.
He batted, he had good numbers. I forget his stats specifically, but you could look up his 2017 stats. One of the best stats
He was very good in 2017.
Yes, he was.
But then what happened?
And then it was a freak accident where he swung. I watched the game. He swung, and then his like shoulder got separated.
Yes.
From right? Am I right on that?
You are correct.
He was excellent in 2017.
And yes, he was. So I'm saying he got derailed because of that injury.
Okay.
And I think he can be one of the better outfielders in the National League when healthy.
It's been what? How many years now?
Oh, 5 years.
5 years from then.
Ben, are you ready for the stats?
Yeah, show me the stats.
27 home runs, not bad. 68 RBIs, a little low, but okay. He only played 109 games.
Part of that's because the Mets, the situation.
That's true. He played 109 games, so that's not that bad.
It's not.
It's not great.
Not great,
279 average. Okay. 384 on base, 555 slugging, OPS of 939. This number jumped out at me. OPS plus of 148.
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
But what I tell you,
Ben, it's been 5 years, Ben.
And last year,
this is me saying, in 2014, Jeter's going to win an MVP. It's not going to happen. He's getting older, and he's clearly not the same player he was.
Conforto is not the same age as Jeter was in 2014.
No,
Jeter
but I'm
was
saying
like 40 years old.
He's getting older. He's not going to get better. Ben,
all right, so then I can make that argument for Freddie Freeman. That's what I was saying in the beginning.
Freddie Freeman's a former league MVP.
Yes, but he's getting older. So flip your argument.
He's more of a sure thing than Conforto at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is. But if you want to make that
Ben,
point,
did you just contradict your argument right there by saying he is?
And so did you. You also flipped your argument when you started talking about Conforto and saying he's only going to get worse. I can make the same argument about Freeman.
Sure.
So I flipped your argument.
Freeman's the better player in that window than Conforto is.
This is like petty arguing at this point.
I flipped your argument before you flipped mine.
All right. Last thing I'll say on Michael Conforto. Yes. I'm going to read his stats from 2021 out. And they're not pretty. 125 games played. He was banged up a little bit, so he didn't play every day. But 125
what year is this from? Hold on.
Last year.
So it's
this
from
past season, 21.
Okay.
125 games played. Okay. So that amounts to 480 plate appearances. And let's see. He batted .232 with a slugging of .384, 729 OPS plus around league average at 101.
He was batting under 200 for most of the season, too.
A lot of Mets were, yeah.
Yeah, it was just...
him, Lindor, Alonso, a lot of guys.
Oh, it was just disgusting to watch. And to Anthony's point, I feel like this would, instead of opting for Freeman, going for Conforto, this would be the most classic, stereotypical Hal Steinbrenner move. Mm-hmm. Because the last time the Yankees won a World Series, what did they do? They spent
2009.
Well, yeah.
86, Ben. I'm a Mets fan. I'm saying it. 86, Ben.
Yeah, but if you equate the Yankees World Series wins with the Mets when they were created, it's 9-2.
Just going to do this.
It's 9-2.
That is still 5 times, Ben.
What was your
Mike's off.
What was your question?
Yeah,
Josh?
So it would be the classic Hal Steinbrenner move to say, okay, instead of the sure thing of Freddie Freeman, who's just coming off a World Series championship, who's a proven player, and paying top dollar for him, you're going to take a flyer on another guy that's been good at times, but lately hasn't been so hot. You're going to take a flyer on him and say, okay, this is our guy, and we're going to hope
he's
that it
cheaper.
works out. He's
that's
cheaper.
The thing, he's cheaper.
And Conforto's younger, too. Conforto is younger.
They play two different positions, Ben. Come on.
Right. They
First
do,
base, you don't get hurt as much as the outfield.
A lot different from outfield.
Very different.
It is, but I'm just saying.
Okay, Ben, where are you going to put him in the outfield?
Conforto
for the Yankees outfield.
He's not going to right. No way in hell.
No.
He's not going left.
That's why I don't think the Yankees would be a good fit for him. But also, I just don't want him to go to the Yankees. But that's why I don't want him to go to the Yankees.
I'm losing my mind here. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I said I don't want him to go to the Yankees. Did I not say that?
I'm honestly afraid to take these headphones off. My brain is melting out of my ears.
I know.
I said he shouldn't go to the Yankees. You guys are acting like
well, and this is the thing I fear. I do not want Correa on the team, but if it happens, he would fit
at least.
He'd fit,
and it would signal that they're willing to spend again.
Trevor's story, yes. And this is I wanted Marcus Semien. I know it was a short time frame, but you would get him on a cheap deal. You could save Hal's precious money that you could recuperate by winning World Series. But that's just the logic there. That's not the Hal logic there. But it's the thing the Yankees are doing as of late, just not getting the right moves done, even though you have to pay a hefty price. But if you want to win a championship in the league, you have to pay a hefty price.
Absolutely.
You do. And the Yankees haven't been paying that price.
No, they have not.
They have not. That's true.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why you see teams like the Astros and the Red Sox at times pass them up.
Well, the Astros should have it taken away from them.
That's a different scenario.
But
they drafted most of those guys, though. Bregman, Correa, Altuve, they're all good players that were drafted.
They were stealing the signs, and there's also the Yankees with the whistling.
No. Take it off.
He's off for the rest of the show. He's off. No, he's off for the rest of the show.
Josh, were you here when we talked about that?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, it's back when Eric was here. That was great.
No, I'm not letting him start with that.
No.
Did you want to recap for me?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No. No.
Josh, don't. No.
They tried to censor me about it.
I want to
censor me, he says.
I want to read a quote on by Rob Manfred real quick.
On whistling,
why?
right?
No.
On whistling?
No, not on the whistling.
Oh, all right.
On the reaching the agreement, and this is the most Captain Obvious quote I've ever seen.
Was he smiling when he said this?
Probably. Quote.
Yeah, we share the same birthday, too.
Oh, that's
there it is.
There it is. That's where you get it from.
Quote, one of the things that I'm supposed to do is promote a good relationship with our players. I've tried to do that. I think that I have not been successful in that.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Really?
At least he's self-aware.
No, he's not. He doesn't. I don't know. He's moping around.
I think.
Did you see him at the draft when they were booing him? He got all mad and started screaming.
I did.
Well, he wasn't like yelling at the fans, but like Goodell handles it. Goodell's like, come on, bring it to me. Goodell's like, he embraces the boos. I like that about Goodell. So Manfred gets booed at the draft, and he makes it look like he's like, oh, I hate this. And he starts screaming, with the first pick in the MLB draft! Like he's Gilbert Gottfried. Like, it was bad.
Yo.
Yeah, but I don't blame him for the. I blame the owners more for the labor disagreement than Manfred. I didn't think Manfred was helping, but I blame the owners. The owners more.
Well, he works for them.
Yeah,
he does work for them. Any commissioner in any league works for the owners. That's just the way it is. But the quote made me laugh because, as a baseball fan, like, he does the things and says the things that it's the last thing you want to hear considering the situation.
Get to your Buster Olney tweet.
Oh, yeah.
This is great. This is fantastic.
I
hate him.
So I've been expecting.
I don't get why they have him if Jeff Passan's so much better. Why do they have him there?
So I remember when Buster
Olney. What does he do?
I remember when he was like the guy in ESPN.
What does he do though?
He's just on the sidelines now, and for good reason for tweets like this. He says, veteran agent says the market is zooming. He's already heard about 6 to 8 deals agreed to. Now, after you read that, you're like, I wonder who the players are.
Let's read on. Wait, there's nothing else to read.
I'm expecting like a follow-up tweet, a thread, something. No, that he just leaves it at that.
Look at that profile picture for him.
Oh, is this still the same one with the blue background?
No, it's the one where he didn't crop his face right.
I gotta find this now.
Nah, I zoomed in on it and it just damn, Buster.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God!
Yeah.
If anybody out there wants a good laugh, go to Buster Olney's Twitter. Wow.
Please.
Would you say that to his face?
Yes, I would. He's an ugly man.
What is Buster Olney gonna do to any of us?
He's an ugly man.
Okay, Ben. So you walk up to Buster Olney.
He's like 5'5".
Yeah. So you could take him in a fight.
Oh my God! Yeah.
You think you could?
He actually will.
Have you seen him?
I don't know how tall he is.
When did this ego start with him? Let's do a little WHPC.
Who, Ben or Buster Olney?
No, him.
Okay.
Ben. Like, when did this start? Because I remember when he jumped the shark. You know what I mean? I know when Ben jumped the shark. It was after.
Was it Odell?
No.
What do you mean I jumped the shark?
Jumped the shark. Where you went from.
I went mask off.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Mask off.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Go on, Anthony.
It was after. It was the whole whistle gate thing that he made up. But I remember walking out of the Friday show when that happened, and then he goes, "I got something really, really interesting next week for Eric," and I go, "Oh no." That's where it all started. And then we never turned back.
And the ratings were never the same.
No, they were not. Certainly not the same.
All right, guys, winding down on the end of the show here. Any final thoughts? I'll start with you, Matt.
Okay, now that Carlos Rodon is off the board and likely Clayton Kershaw as well, the Mets still need to add another starting pitcher. If I had to say where I want them to go, it would have been Rodon. I don't even remember who's out there anymore after this lockout. I don't even know who's a free agent right now. I can't think.
I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy these next couple of days.
I'm gonna go, oh, yeah, he still doesn't have a contract.
Like names and trades and signings are just going to be
I heard they're out on Chris Bryant. That upset me. So.
Mets?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I was committed to that, too.
I know.
That sucks.
He's too much money. He's asking for too much.
How much is he asking for?
Like, easily over 25, maybe 30 million.
Man.
Yeah, I think he deserves that much. He's MVP Rookie of the Year.
He does, but
he's young.
It's probably
Correa will get more, but
yeah, the Cohen.
He's versatile. That's the thing. Outfield and third base and first if you need him.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Cohen tax is already rearing its ugly head now.
I'm hearing his buddy from Vegas, Bryce Harper, is trying to recruit him to Philly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
Gina Halstead. Final thoughts?
Yes, basketball. Philly fans are horrible. James Harden is overrated.
Oh. Yes.
I feel like now that the Nets got more out of the deal, they're going to be a contending team, a championship contending team within the next 3 years.
Ben.
First of all, that's wrong. That's wrong. They're never going to be a contending team. And the Mets should sign Juan Lagares as a free agent.
Oh, okay.
Go on, Anthony.
He lost his train of thought.
I don't even know what to say after that. I mean,
Juan Lagares is playing like the Mexican League. He's not even the major league.
He won Golden Glove.
That was so stupid.
He won the Golden Glove for center field.
Josh, end it.
That was so stupid.
I said this last week. End this show, Josh.
We will
just call it
a day.
What's wrong with Juan Lagares? He's better on defense.
On WHPC Sports Talk. On the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. From Anthony Deus, Ben Oppenheimer, Gina Halstead, and Matt Leonard, I am Joshua Umahi saying we'll see you on Monday.